Okay, so we're back to do the final part, part 3. That's where we convert the C# code from Ninja 7 to Ninja 8. We have to do OnBarUpdate, and we have to do OnStartUp. And the more I think about it, the more I think I want to go ahead and put these plots in. I think I forgot them anyway, but we need to still do that. And so let's do this now. And before I forget, I figured out what this PB type is for. It's changing the way it plots the colors in the wherever it is. Where it's changing the way it plots. It's down here where it plots the colors in the on the chart. And so it's not going to be a NinjaScript property. We don't want a NinjaScript property for that one. So let's take that off. Also, this range here, you'll get an error when at runtime when it tries to check the value of something that's not an int. And so we don't want the range for that either. Similar to bools, so you don't see any range things on any of these bools. So this PB type, since it changes the stuff on the chart, it probably is better suited to options. So we'll just leave it right where it is. Change it to options. Already did that. And change this to, let's put it at the top, number 1. And then we'll 2. Change the rest of these so they're in the right order. And 4. And we'll build that. So PB type is now in options instead of parameters. And we'll build this. So now we should have 3 parameters. And we'll come down here, and you see the constructor now has only 3 parameters in it instead of that big old mess it used to have. So that's much better, much easier to use in a strategy, and a lot better. So the next we'll do, I've already done data loaded, so I moved the stuff from OnStartUp to data loaded. OnStartUp is the NT7 analog to state equals data loaded in NT8. So all we have to do is move to here. Whoever wrote this used all the the variables up here instead of the properties, which is either one, it doesn't matter. But that kind of defeats the purpose of having it all the properties here. Remember how careful we were in getting these the right names? Well, it turns out we got to change them all now anyway because the author used the private ones instead of, if he would have just used the public ones, but he didn't, so it's okay. We'll just deal with that. So I changed that to the capital one. And auto scale, a lot of these booleans to conform to the to some kind of coding standards, they put is in front of them all. So they could have used auto scale, but they're not calling them is something. If you're in it, whenever you're in doubt about what it is, stick an is in front of it. It'll probably be right. So next we have to do OnBarUpdate. And so what I usually do is 1 section at a time. So we'll start, well, let's do 2 sections at a time because we know there's not going to be anything wrong with the first couple of lines. Oh, and this isn't going to work because look, we didn't change that. Because the properties are now capitalized. So the next one is value, average, and histogram. Slow, huh? Missed one. Well, that's going to build, so I'll just paste the next one in there, save some time. Alright, so this is not going to build right here, this set. That's one of the changes. So that is now, you changed all these sets to 0 equals MACD. Get rid of these parentheses, you don't need them. And 0 equals, and 0 equals. Okay, let's build that. So sets become, that's what's new in NT8. There's no more set in, they didn't implement set in the series. Series replaced data series. Series is a series template. Replace the data series. So now we do these. Let's do 2 at a time, just because we feel emboldened. Okay, here's some more sets. So value 1. So let's go ahead and make this. Just a straight replace. If show MACD, we'll do the whole if else. Now I know that this isn't going to work, so I'll change that to a capital. Plot colors is now plot brushes. So we'll copy and paste all those. The indexes are still the same. Plot brushes. So the first index has to do with which plot it is. So this is going to be the MACD and then the current bar. So it's going to do this on every bar. So it's always going to do the current bar, and then this is the first plot. So this is a double array. Yeah, it's a double array. So we've changed all those. There's no underscore. He used the private member again. So signal color rising and signal color falling are what we used. And plot brushes again. And color is now brushes. Dot transparent. So now we'll build this and see if... Oh, MACD rising. We know that's got to be capital too. Alright, MACD rising does not exist. What is it then? MACD rising. Alright, it's all capital MACD. Alright, fine. And this one, probably the same. So much for being careful about how you name them. But at least now you can see what happens if you're not careful. You got it. It's a pain. Okay, next, again, plot brushes. Brushes. Hist up rising. Hist up rising. Hist up rising. And hist up right. His down falling. Alright. Whatever. Pile. Alright, here's a bunch of codes. Oops. What do we got? What did I miss? Okay. I don't build, so. Let's do 1/2 of the if statement at a time. Let's do it all. What the hell? All right. So, all right. PB type. Paint bars and chart control equals no. So that didn't change. Sometimes it's easier to read when they're on 2 separate lines, but you don't need the inner parentheses. PB type equals MACD. So if MACD, prior MACD, that's all good. Candle outline color is now candle outline brushes. Equals hist up rising. We need a capital. Sometimes it's a lot easier to see. So chart control now is chart bars dot properties dot chart style type. So that's the same. And then it still equals candlestick. So that's good. So bar color is bar brushes. And this is brushes. And hissed up rising. Good. Alright. Candle outline brushes. Candle outline brushes. Candle outline brushes. Candle outline brushes. There. There. Bar brushes. Alrighty. Brushes. Try this. Quick replace. In selection. Place all. We got to capitalize this. H. Picked a doozy, didn't I? H and H. Okay. Next is this one. All right, let's see what I missed. Candle outline brush. Change all those. Cannot convert from a brush to the series. Brushes is the series, so I would have had to use like brushes 0, but I don't want to do that. So just use brush, candle outline brush. Same thing, huh? Where's that at? Ah, same thing. Our brush. Come on, brown. Nah, it's going to change. Let's just run down them. Third time's a charm, right? No. Okay. Yeah, PV type. All right. Now we'll get it. All right, so we did forget to do the plots. So let's go ahead and change all these back over to plots. And okay, the only thing is we don't need a pen. I believe, okay, and this is dash style helper. I have fought this battle before. Style helper. Not solid. Okay. So next is this one. Okay, and dash style helper. And then finally, the last one. All right, let's build this. All right, I have my chart. I had to back it up a little because this goes to April 28th. So let's plot it. I have this all set to the same day. See what it looks like. Whenever you mess with the plots, though, you gotta remove it. Well, I don't know if you have to, since we haven't messed with any plots. I haven't plotted any plots, but we plotted the indicator, and usually you end up having to. So I just might as well just get rid of it and plot it over again. All right, and it looks like the very same indicator is now converted. Looks like these histograms are right. So from a cursory look, it would appear that we have a conversion. So that's it. So basically it took, what, this is 20 minutes, 35, so a little over an hour to convert the whole thing, make these movies. So that's how you do it. Thanks for watching.